Hi guys, this is Travis. You know me as Anita Buffem, but today I'm shooting some videos as myself, and in this video we're going to be answering some of your questions that you've sent me on social media about doing drag and performing. So let's get to it.
Do you feel more comfortable in drag or as yourself right now? Do you feel more comfortable as Anita or as Travis?
Well, I think as Anita because there's a character and it's like there is a persona that I can just fall back on, and it's like I don't, I'm watching myself on the monitor as we're filming, and I'm like looking at things. I mean, I think I'm more critical, or I don't know. It's awkward. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think if I did
You'd be more comfortable as Anita right now.
Yeah, and if I did it more as Travis, I would probably be more comfortable.
Okay.
Too.
Well, here's the age-old question I always get. What made you decide to start doing drag?
How do I give a short answer? It just sort of happened through comedy and doing live music and playing different characters in a comedy show, and Anita was one of the characters.
How long have you been doing it?
2007, I started the comedy show, which Anita came out of. So I think 2008 was the first time I did something as Anita live.
Why are you famous?
You tell me. I do my thing in New York, and I have traveled doing it and paid my bills doing it. And to me, that feels successful. And, performing 3, 4, 5 times a week at one point, I was like, I felt like I made it,
Is Drag Race for you?
I don't know. I feel like my talents don't lie in what they're doing. My look is important, and I've polished it up over the years, and I've fine-tuned it to who Anita is. But I'm not, I don't sew, and I'm not, I don't do backflips and cooch pops. And there are queens that have come out of that show that don't do that, like Bianca, but I would have to prepare a lot.
And also, you didn't start drag, unlike most queens these days, you didn't start drag to get on Drag Race. If you had to pick 5 RuPaul's Drag Race queens to come back for All Stars 5, who would they be? P.S. You're beautiful.
I probably wouldn't pick Drag Race queens. I'd pick like Jackie Beat, Sherry Vine, Varla, Coco Peru, Joey Arias. There's so many legendary performers that I feel like it's a shame we don't get to see them on such a platform. But if I were to pick Drag Race queens, I love Alaska. I do like Willem, who I've gotten to like more. Trixie, I like Trixie and Katya, especially the queens that didn't win, that are doing really well. Those are the queens that I like, because I feel like there's something that they have to offer that's something you can like sink your teeth into a little more.
How do you feel about queens that come on where they're clearly just for reality purposes?
It makes sense because it's a reality TV show. And I remember listening to RuPaul's podcast at one point, her saying it's a reality show first and a competition drag show second. And that's why the show's successful, is because they're casting personalities that do drag. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I love the show.
Okay, I got some makeup questions. Are those your brows? What do you use on them?
Those are my brows. I've never blocked my brows because I feel like my eyes are sort of signature. I feel like because of my eyes, my brows, it's one thing where it's something about when you look at Anita, you're like, oh, that's Anita. And I like my brows. I like my eyes. So I do color them though with liquid lips. That's a tip. Super matte liquid lips.
How do I cover up a zit without it looking cakey?
Jump your zits, honey. Whatever you put on it, make sure it's matte. The less product you use, the less likely it is to get cakey. That's the quick answer.
What do you do with your beard in drag?
People ask this all the time, which makes sense to me because I am doing less live performing now since back surgery, and it's more video. And we batch film, so we film 10 videos in one sitting. And so I'm only filming once every 2 months. And so my beard grows like this in between. So it makes sense to me that people see my picture on Instagram as a boy. And then, the next day there's a video as Anita. But I shave. And it grows. It grows very fast.
How can I make oily skin go away?
I would recommend just like a matte primer. Stay hydrated. And there's also something to be said for, I've been using argan oil on my face, and there's I read something recently about how actually oils help reduce oily skin. I could totally be bullshitting, but I feel like I read that somewhere.
What kind of look would you like to try if you were doing someone else's makeup?
If you know Anita at all, I love a super nude lip. with a bright, colorful eye. Because when I do my makeup's in front of me and I'm grabbing whatever I'm attracted to, and it's always a bright, colorful eye and a nude lip.
These are kind of silly questions people are asking. Does tucking in your penis hurt?
Yes. I think drag hurts in general. Drag is painful. Well, I usually don't wear anything where I have to tuck.
How do you go to the bathroom when you're in drag?
You don't.
Do people you perform for ever treat you like a sex object?
Well, if I do like open chest and tape the boobies up and contour them, and a lot of times the guys come up and will stare at my chest. I don't know, is that treating me like a sex object?
Kind of.
Well, and I do get messages from ladies, watch your husbands, because I do get a lot of messages from straight men on social media. Like married straight men.
Because of them today's.
Tonight. And everyone's different. I mean, who knows why anyone's attracted to what they're attracted to.
Do you wipe sitting down or standing up?
That's really easy. I mean,
you cannot answer that. Why are you so beautiful? Is it serious?
I don't know. Why am I? I look a lot like my mom's side of the family, so I'll thank my mom and her side of the family.
Which is not Italian.
Or Scottish. It's Irish. But all my life I thought I was Scottish, and Scottish and Italian, but lo and behold, Irish.
Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Iced, except for in this claptrap, there's no ice. Our location today has no ice, so I'm drinking room temperature coffee.
Wine or beer?
Well, I'd say Moscato and cider.
Okay.
You know, like the not real versions of those things.
If you had a big cat in your house, like a tiger, what would it be?
I guess there's different types of tigers, right?
Yeah, maybe they just said if you had a wild animal.
The kind of, the one that's in the Madonna movie, Who's That Girl? Mary.
When do you come in France?
I haven't been to France. It would be fun to come there, though.
Before you ever did drag, did you go see queens, and who are your queens that you love to see?
I didn't know drag before that at all. Like, you know, obviously there was Sherry Vine and RuPaul and Jackie and, you know, all the legendary queens, but I, at that point, didn't really know them. So the local queens had so much spirit and, like, there was so much heart in it. You know, they were doing it just because they loved it, and they would make their own costumes and build their own sets and have, you know, it's similar to what it is today, but there was something, you know, all those things exist today, right? Where queens are making their own costumes and props and sets and have assistants and have people helping them. But there was something more organic about it, of like people would just come together because they loved it.
Almost like drag was more indie.
I'm trying to think of the right word, but like,
gritty.
Yeah, there was like, yes, I bought this dress at the Salvation Army and hemmed it, and
I'm a performer and I'm going to make this shit work.
Yeah, and the only wigs that were available were like, you know, Halloween wigs, you know, and so there was just something so endearing about them, and I had so much fun.
Any names you can remember?
Oh, yes, hold on. Nikki Fenmore, rest in peace. Nikki Gemstone, Coco Chanel. I think there was Electra. Yeah. Frida-Lay.
Any in the city?
It felt like at that time, it was so different from what I knew. I was just like, what is this? This is not right. It just, my eye wasn't used to it. And I guess I had an expectation of what it should be. But I did see Proper Men, and Kenny Dash do bingo at Lips. She was really funny.
You liked live performer, singers, and campers.
Yeah, that's right. And the queens in New York, when I moved there, in the clubs were like backflips and choreography and snatched faces, and I was like, wait a minute, where's the queen tripping over her biscuit heels?
How do you deal with your body hair?
How does anybody?
What quality does your drag persona have that you wish you had in your life?
Delusion. Because there's an element to her that's so delusional that nothing phases her. In recent years, I have like a lot of anxiety and some like OCD issues, and I feel like as Anita, when I'm Anita, I don't feel like I have that.
Have you had plastic surgery?
I'm not opposed to it, but I haven't had it.
Are your boobs real?
And then it's a question everyone asks this. Basically what you see is like a shelf of skin that I've pushed really hard together and taped, contoured, and then I roll up socks or tights or whatever's lying around, and I fill out a big bra cup underneath, which also pushes everything even more. It takes me by surprise sometimes too when I see it.
Do people look at those more or your eyes more?
It depends on who it is.